Good morning and welcome to Daily Game Design. This is definitely going to be a very short stream relative to many others. Just getting a late start. In fact, I was very tempted just to sleep in, catch up on sleep. However, I want to tell myself that I would like to have slept a little more. I think even yesterday was a little bit short. And anyway, the good news is my neck, there's still some serious issues, but in many ways, I'm not, like I'm actually healing, and that's huge. I don't crack up here as often. It's very rare now. There's still stuff going on like mid back and my shoulder, but the good news is that I'm not having those insane, crazy, debilitating migraines in the afternoons. So I'm feeling like I need to, crash, take 10 minutes to have a nap. Now, I would like to have a nap, but in this case, it's like actual tiredness. It's not my whole body shutting down because of instability in my neck. So that's pretty awesome. In other words, a little more sleep deprivation doesn't have the same deleterious effect. It's bad, but it's not nearly as bad as it was. How about that? So that's pretty exciting. Well, I want to make some progress on Ravens, but I had some fun news first to share with you. I'm just trying to get my windows kind of sorted out here. So I'm getting to know some of these designer guys in the they're like industry people, like full-time, they're publishing a lot of stuff or they're designing a lot. And so I connected with David Gordon. I was recently, I think I certainly mentioned this on the stream recently, but I recently, that's 3 recently, is 4 now in a very short amount of time, joined late to a playtest. Missed it, but anyway, we've stayed in touch a little bit. David Gordon is behind probably with the most not IP, but the most publisher weight behind it, probably FinSpan. So part of the Span series. So I think he had a co-designer. I don't know who it was. But he also came up with Crafting the Cosmos. I think he's published Floristry recently. Making Monsters was just kickstarted somewhere. But anyway, he's been really productive. And so anyway, we kept in touch. I messaged him yesterday and he was like super on it. Because the interesting thing is I didn't realize he's a publisher, but also what I kind of sensed was that he's primarily a designer. And if I reach out to designers who are not also publishers, then they may be motivated to get us games. Whereas a publisher is the one who's like, they're going to be footing the costs mostly for like Plain One Section stuff. So it was just like awesome to see David switch into high gear. He messaged, he's sending us a couple games from his own company. Those are Floristry and Scurry Up. And then the publishers, Asmodee is the publisher of Monkey Palace and Crafting the Cosmos, and he asked them to send us stuff. We'll see if they do. And then finally, he reached out to Jamie Stegmaier of Stonemaier Games, and Jamie responded really quickly. And he's like, "Well, I mean, sending games to Hawaii is pretty expensive, so we're not going to just send one, right?" And so I'm copied in on an email where I can dialogue with Jamie a little bit. But that's just like awesome to see that sort of attitude in the industry and actually be able to offer some really great stuff, like really, really good stuff to our people coming to the retreat. We are exactly 1 month away. This is Friday, February 27. We're looking forward to the retreat Friday, March 27. So anyway, very excited about these things coming up and coming together. My friend Lehua shared with me yesterday a really neat innovation. I even called it, actually, I called it an evolution for us. And she put together like a description of our values that I thought was really cool, really compelling. I may share that soon, but anyway, I did want to get to Ravens. I have a short time. I have probably 20, I have somewhere 20 to 30 minutes to have a look at what's going on here. So while I was at school yesterday, I had a look at the arrangement of tiles. So I asked what would be the most amenable, most aesthetic arrangement, like where setup would be really simple. And this seems interesting to me. This is also interesting right here. But I'm starting to wonder, like, what are they up to? What are the players up to in this game? And yeah, so I think that's a really, obviously that's a guiding question. What are they up to? What do we want them to experience here? So one question is, where should Elijah be? Should players know where Elijah is? Should he always be in the same place? Should they have to explore to find him? Could he randomly show up here? What would happen to the game then? Should he always be, just because he is in the same place, should he just start face up so players know where they're going? Are they traveling? Do they want to get, does it work if they start on one end and find them on the other end? Or is it better if they pick up a few things, deliver a few things, pick up some more things, and kind of wrap around here? I guess now that I've said that, that's actually kind of interesting, where like the birds would like spread out and then go to Elijah and then keep spreading out around Elijah and then go back to Elijah and then finally end. So like they just kind of start heading out this way. Also, what happens with this fourth player? Do they feel left out? Anyway, that's kind of interesting if they were to just kind of slowly work their way around like this, right? Like that. And just kind of keep going around and around and jumping back into the middle to deliver stuff. My guess is that's probably like the most reasonable of the options I've very, very briefly considered here in the last 2 minutes. Yeah, I kind of like that. The other thing would be is if the birds, well, the birds could do this, but then there's no real interaction. I mean, now there's even less interaction than there was before. Hmm. I just realized movement could actually be a one way to work together. So for example, if this player's here, then this player can choose to jump over here or jump over here. Now, if this guy jumps in here, then this player jumps over here. So you'd always have to go in a straight line, but I can imagine that could be a cool, pretty simple mechanic, yeah. Or like, because this guy could jump to Elijah, but for no use, because he has nothing. But then this player could hop over and head over to this side. Ooh, I like this. I like this. Suddenly, I like this a lot. One thing that seems a little bit weird to me. Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. There's big news. There is big news. I'm sorry. There is big news. Wow, how crazy is that? My friend Young Young. Okay. The big news. Check out this video. There are no faces of students here. There's the protection.
Okay. What
Privacy.
do we need? That one?
That's why we need two triangles. Two triangles. That's what we need.
I only got one.
Yeah, I can finish this one after. So
I'll do this and this. Finish this out.
okay, I'm gonna turn it. Finish this off.
Okay.
What do you need over here?
I'll turn it, finish this
One more
off.
shirt? Like, yeah. No, those. We're
more
take
shoulder.
it. Oh my god.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so let's watch this again. And I'll point out like incredible moments. Okay? This is, well, I guess I should say, this is students at the high school where I substitute playing Adra HQ.
What do we need for that one?
That's why we need two triangles. Two triangles. That's what we need.
I only got one.
Okay, so we got communication right off the bat. He says, what do you need for that one? And then the other player assesses quickly and responds. Fantastic.
Yeah, I can finish this one after. So
Okay, what you just saw was one turn type, which is rotate and play a card. That's what just happened over here.
I'll do this and this. Finish this out.
okay, I'm gonna turn it.
Okay, then we saw another turn type, which was just like bang, bang, two cards, turns done, sweep away a card. It was great. So just kind of getting the sense that it actually is great. Like the players are absorbing they understand turn structure. So they understood they had two actions and that those turns look and feel different. That's really important. Actually, recently I considered like what if we just drop back down to one action because this is maybe a little much. But to see a turn and then play and then double play is great. Like that's exactly what I imagine is. You got to spend some energy to refocus, rotate HQ. But then if it's in the right spot, then you're just like a powerhouse dropping icons on that mission card.
Finish this off.
Okay.
What do you need over here?
I'll turn it, finish this
One more
off.
shirt? Like, yeah. No, those.
more
Take
shoulder.
it. Oh my god.
Okay, we saw a fun moment there where they're trying to coordinate a little bit. You know, somebody's trying to help, another guy's trying to help, and then both of them kind of get stuck. And then you get that third player who feels the urgency, who's like, let's go, come on, take it. And that sort of intensity is like exactly what we want. So like feeling some time pressure, people trying to work together. So the other cool thing is that these guys, so I had two groups playtest yesterday, two separate groups of students at 4 players. And this group, these boys, they played twice. Oh, they played once. They played at normal difficulty, and they crushed it. Their first game, they played normal difficulty, crushed it. So then I thought, okay, well, it looks like we have momentum here. I want to try this new global mission run, so the speed run thing. And so I set that up, explained it, and so there's in this version there are the three stages. So you lay out the first 8 cards, which are the easiest cards to sweep off the table. Then the next 8, so there are like 3 icon cards. So that's 8 8 cards with 3 icons each. Then come the 4 and 5 icon cards in the next stage. And then finally the 5 and 6 icon cards in the third stage. So I had in the rules, and this was untested when I wrote it in the rules, I had 3 minutes on the clock for every stage. The players went through it. Well, the boys like absolutely ripped through stage 1. Like they had like a minute and a half left out of the 3. And then I thought, okay, yeah, there's something here that like I need to make some adjustments. So it was actually great for making little tweaks as we went through the playtest, like how much time they had for things. Anyway, they get all the way through the speed run. They're doing great. Stage 2 was fine. They had plenty, like 30 seconds left. Stage 3, they get to the end. And they literally need 1 food icon to finish the whole thing. They would have had time. They're working pretty efficiently, but they needed 1 food icon. Anyway, it doesn't matter. 1 water maybe. Because then they reset and we went again. I made adjustments to the time. The time, I went down from 3 minutes to 1 minute, and then stage 2 is 2 minutes. 3 is 3 minutes. I don't know if I need to do that. This might be opportunity for like players to have a sense of improvement. So I thought to change perhaps how they record their performance for the run, because it could just be like you add up all the remaining time. So if everything's 3 minutes, you should add it all up. But at the same time, I think the possibility of failure is also important. So that's kind of why I like the idea of cutting it down in terms of time. Well, okay, so they got to the end of the second run and were short exactly 2 icons. And so that put them into this like planning mode, like let's be super efficient. We reset. They reset themselves. We're going to go again. And then the end of the class came. So that was as my friend Tyler would call that, that's peak fun. Like they were super engaged, super involved. They were going to go get it again themselves. They reset everything. They were ready to go. And then the bell rings. And so that was incredible, right? The boys got it. They were engaged, enthusiastic. It was perfect. Okay, the next group, very next class period, 4 more students, mix of boys and girls, and same thing, like they absorbed the rules pretty quickly. I don't have video of it, but one of the cool things I noticed from them is they were also like correcting each other a little bit as things went on. That was great. But what was cool with them is, again, they picked it up quickly, and so I realized, whoa, we've got time. Like I never tried my special abilities. So then I introduced the idea of special abilities, and it was awesome. Like that I would say one special ability, and they're like, oh, really? That's awesome. And said another, no way, that's cool. That kind of thing. So anyway, they played with their special abilities, and I saw how much stronger they were. It was awesome. Like to the point that I would shave a minute off of every almost every difficulty level. Shave a minute off, because what in the world? They were just smashing it. So they too were like interested. They were like, hey, when is this coming out? And hey, can we get a free copy because we play tested? But it was awesome to see that I tried the 2 sort of branches of the experience. One was to go deeper in terms of how you can play. The other was to go deeper, how your turns actually work, the fact that you have special abilities. And the other was like this kind of longer form challenge, and both like super clicked with the kids. It was awesome. And it just really validated that the game is in a good place. There were some little graphic design things I noticed. There's obviously some little tweaks about time pressure. That's the main one. But I think everything else was working. I really do. And that was so exciting, because this is my first time to bring a game to this level of like validation. like confirmation that there is an audience for it. They get it. They were excited about it. So that was awesome yesterday. My first time bringing a game to this point, so pretty exciting. Yeah, so some minor tweaks coming, but overall, yeah, pumped. So that's that's Azure HQ. Okay, so I just had this flash of realization with Ravens, and that was that movement. One way that players could sense that they are one way that players can sense that they are able to coordinate is in a little like in the movement rules. Man, I think today's going to be a little challenging, honestly. If I can be honest about that. I'll come back, have a little nap, then I need to record video for my class. I kind of feel dehydrated, honestly. The headache is not so bad, but like the stiffness. All right, considering movement. Well, first I'm going to drop this into Discord. Playing with the idea of laying out tiles in this configuration. Simple setup. Simple randomized setup. Perhaps having the Nest and Elijah in the same spot every game. Actually, let me grab a screenshot of that too. Maybe for a 4-player game, I could imagine, wanting to set 2 players over on this side or something like that. One way to coordinate is with movement rules. Couldn't share. What if they couldn't share the same space so they could jump each other? Leapfrog. While moving in a straight line. I think that I think that by itself, like just playing around with movement could be cool. Imagine if there was no restraint on movement and a player was set up like this. 1, 2, bang, drop something off to Elijah. Uh-oh, that could be cool too. So in other words, this is not like if they were to pull a movement out of here, it's just like move as far as you can. For some players, like if there's an isolated player over here and they have to move, then they just move here. But now this guy, after delivering to Elijah, either he resets or he jumps back out here, grabs some more stuff, right? And now let's see what happens next. So now this guy, let's say, okay, wait a second. Let's say this guy moves into the middle. Now, this feels very alpha gamer sensitive. Okay, but they could be doing this kind of stuff. So this guy moves in here and then bang, bang, bang. And then bang, bang, and then bang. You can just go infinitely in this triangle. So there would need to be some kind of limit on like how much stuff you could carry. I think that'd be the main thing, because otherwise, like, what could a player do if they could just infinitely jump through this triangle like over and over and over? But I like the idea of like the double jump. Oh, imagine if this was, no, this is not it. Wait. Yeah. Say bang, bang, boom, right there. This would be very puzzly, so there needs to be some really simple system for getting resources. And also, this is where a lot of the randomness would come in. Okay. I like this. I like Elijah being in the middle now. And I kind of like the Ravens being able to start in either nest. Maybe. Okay, so what are they up to? Well, let me make a nest. Another nest. Because I still don't have a use for this pink one, but let's just hope that eventually I do. Drop this nest right in here. Nice. Okay, I think we did the transparent background. Current page, let's go. I think I'm going to do this. I'm going to update these images here. Custom card. Nice. Yeah, what is pink? I don't know. Right now I have 4 gray, 5 green, 6 yellow. This would be two nests. Goofy guy, Amory. But I'm with you. I'm with you. At this point, I think Catan it is, unfortunately. Yeah, somehow I feel like this is not quite enough. Like, something is... Like, already something... Like, what are we doing with these tokens? Right? What are we drawing? What are they doing here? So that's a huge part of the system that I think is very much unresolved. But I suddenly like this movement. Well, what if there's only 2 players? Right? They're still getting stuff. Let's say it's red's turn. Red comes over here. Green comes over here. Red comes over here. Green jumps in here. Red jumps over here. Grabs something. Green moves out of the way. Red jumps in here. But green's like, wait. Before you do that, I wish I could jump over here, but too bad you cannot. So then green can come over this way. Then red jumps way out there. Bang, bang, bang. So I guess... So I think exploration can still be a thing. Right? It's awkward, like, move when, like, how do you describe how to move and flip? Oh, Elijah is in the middle. Okay. So let's say, where's this guy going? Okay, it's like if you were ever to move into a hex, flip it and then move there. Sure. Okay. Now here's red. Flip it and then move there. Fine. Flip it and move there. You know what, though? I wonder if a 2-player game should always have all 4 ravens. What about... Now I'm gonna just brainstorm in the last couple minutes here. Brainstorm in the last couple minutes. What if when you jump when you jump another player, either you can exchange, you can give or take 1 item, or activate the tile you move into. So that's at least a nice choice, right? Oh, we really need to get some of this stuff, but I know you're going to Elijah and you need to get there fast and you need the stuff in order to drop stuff off to him. I have the bread, you need the bread. All right, we'll come back to this tile later. I actually really like that. Is it already kind of complexity wise? Is it already too much? Maybe. Okay, so there's nothing to give because they're just getting out here. Let's flip over here. Our reel with Lehua and Jim is getting some love, which is good news. Okay, you know what? I think I'm going to transition away. I'm going to leave this as it is. I'll save. Actually, let me do this. Okay. I think that's it for me for today. I don't want to be running super late for school this morning. But anyway, thanks for hanging out. Have a productive day. And bye-bye for now.